Let's talk about if we select a slab and we're using the arrow tool and we left click on an edge here. And what happens is a palette will pop up. We've talked about some of these controls already. The move, we're in drag already, rotate, mirror, elevate, and multiply. But some different options pop up above here. This first one here will allow us to insert a new node here. So if we're in here and we click a new point, you can see we've added a node in there. I'm going to left click on the edge again. This next option here will allow me to bow the edge out. This is very useful. Suppose we have some rounded walls and we needed to go up to them. Let me draw out a quick example here. And because I often have people ask me what's the best way to do this, and if we have, say, a wall here, and let's do this. Let's make this a little more symmetrical. I think the example will be better. I'm going to draw a wall here, and we're going to be 10 by 25. And I'm going to fillet these walls up here at 5 feet. Actually, excuse me, I was stuck in chamfer still. Let's fillet at 5 feet. Same thing over here with this guy. And while it is not too hard to create a slab in here, or round it up to this corner here, I think it's a whole lot easier to do the following. We draw our rectangular slab in here to just the point it ends and our curve begins. We select the slab, you left click on the edge of the slab, and then you're able to bow the edge of the slab out to meet the walls. It's real handy. It's often easier to create a sort of a simpler version of your slab and then go in and modify and add to it. And let's see here, we've got another bow option in here, which is the arc by tangent. So in this case it's very similar, but you're controlling the outward bow of the slab using a tangent point. Another extremely useful option in here is this next one here, which is offset edge. And that will allow us to continue the edge outward. Notice it sort of maintains this curve here. The next option here is similar to what we saw before, but this one will offset all the edges. So if we need to shrink or grow our slab uniformly, we can use that option. This next option here, let's see, probably better if we chose a straight edge here in this example. Right here we're going to do add to polygon. We saw this before. We can be adding to our polygon, or we can be subtracting our polygon. And I'm just selecting this option and then clicking up either a node or an edge, and then I'm able to subtract out of the polygon or add to the polygon. This option here is going to allow us to modify the edge of a slab. And so you can see we can be creating some sort of other angle here. I'll choose a -45. Let's do positive. Doesn't like negative numbers. Positive 45 degrees. And we could be changing the material of just that edge. So let's go take a look at that in 3D. And we could say to selected polygon, all edges, but we're just going to do clicked edge. Click OK. And you can see here we've got a different material there. It's a little hard to see. What I can do is go back in here, click, and if we need to get the edge going the other way, excuse me, the edge going the other way, and this right here will continue our edges to meet off in the distance somewhere. So if I zoom out, and this only pops up when we have these converging edges here. and we select this option here, it's going to continue those two edges till they meet off into some distant point. I'm going to undo that. Going back into our custom edge setting here, click on the edge, go into our settings here, and we're going to do other angle here, and I'm going to do 135 degrees. And let's choose our, I don't know, brass there. And then you can see we've changed that edge to be this bevel here. So my mistake before was I was thinking negative, but it's actually going past 90 to 135 degrees. So that's just some of the settings that pop up when you click on edges of things. And this is not necessarily just on slab. A lot of these controls will show up in, if you have fills, and roofs, and all kinds of different things. Some of these controls will show up in walls as well. So there's a lot that pops up, and one of the main things you need to recognize, are you clicking on a node, a certain amount of options pop up, or are you clicking on an edge? Some of those options will reappear along with new ones or different ones. So clicking on nodes and edges and slabs, roofs and fills. Some of these controls I said will pop up in other tools as well. It can be very useful.